In the outermost stretch of Sector Theta-07, far beyond charted hyperspace lanes and council patrols, the stars thin out like dying embers. Amid that void, an unregistered moon drifts in slow orbit around a bloated gas giant, choked in swirling storms of methane and ammonia. This world has no name, no culture, no flag, only a designation buried in the backlogs of lost missions and Black Ops transmissions. RX-9 Epitaph. The Odysseus-9, a long-range exploratory vessel retrofitted for psychological resilience and silent approach, drops out of hyperspace with a pulse of distorted light. Within its titanium hull, 7 souls prepare to make contact with something ancient, unseen. Commander Lyra Quinn stares at the display, jaw tight. She's seen alien ruins before, but nothing like this. Beneath the ice-choked crust of RX-9, the scanners detect a structure that shouldn't exist, its architecture too massive, too embedded in the rock. It isn't a ruin, it's a wound. A gash carved into the moon's face, extending miles beneath the surface. The structure absorbs radar. Sonar echoes return in fractals. No emissions, no life signs, no thermal heat. And yet, it throbs faintly, as if it knows they're here. Quinn speaks into her helmet mic, voice firm. We're going down. Secure the gear. Load the drones. No weapons unless provoked. Her crew obeys, but tension gnaws at every movement. Dr. Elon Voss, the mission's xenolinguist, mutters ancient languages to himself. Languages he claims he's never studied. Lieutenant Ashra calibrates the landing thrusters, while Engineer Calyx checks atmospheric tolerance. His readings flash between green and red. The base below is affecting their instruments, bending signal, bending space. As they descend, a storm coils along the moon's horizon, lightning arcing sideways in the weak gravity. The closer they get, the more distorted the visuals become. It's as if the base is eating light. Shadows ripple against logic. Textures shift when stared at directly. Then, contact. The shuttle lands on obsidian ground, just meters from a jagged, open corridor. The dust on the surface is unnaturally still, no wind, yet it floats in frozen waves. Quinn steps out first. Her boots touch the ground and something under the surface shifts. Command, this is Odysseus-9. We've landed on RX-9, adjacent to the structure. No resistance. Beginning entry protocol. Silence. The comms crackle. Then, just for a moment, a voice. Not from command. A whisper, layered in harmonics too deep for human throat. You came back. The team freezes. Quinn looks to her crew. No one else reacts. Did she imagine it? The corridor ahead yawns wide, dark, pulsing, alive. Whatever waits inside has been waiting a very long time. The breach yawns before them, a gaping corridor carved straight into the crust of RX-9. Not drilled, not constructed, carved. The walls are a matte black, too dark for natural stone, and their surfaces shimmer ever so slightly as though covered in a living film. Commander Quinn leads the descent. Her boots echo softly against the ground, but the echo feels delayed, wrong, as if the sound takes a detour through a different dimension before returning. Behind her, Ashra's handheld scanner stutters and flickers. The readings are meaningless, fluctuating temperatures, gravitational anomalies, impossible density shifts. Is this even a corridor? Voss asks, eyeing the architecture. These angles, Euclidean space doesn't bend like this. It's like the geometry wants to mislead you. He's not wrong. As the team moves deeper, the hallway curves and twists subtly, not with obvious turns, but with gradual shifts that disorient the senses. It's like walking through a memory of a place rather than the place itself. Then the lights begin. Thin filaments glow within the walls, amber veins pulsating in sync with their heartbeats. At least, that's what it feels like. The glow isn't constant. It reacts. Moves when they move. It watches. Calyx pauses. He kneels beside the wall and touches it gently with a gloved hand. The material ripples like the surface of a pond. Quinn steps closer. Did anyone feel that? She asks. A low hum thrums through their bones. Not sound. Vibration. The walls are responding, Voss says breathlessly. This place isn't abandoned. It's dormant. Suddenly, a gust of warm air exhales from deeper within the corridor. It shouldn't be possible. The moon's surface holds no atmosphere. Yet the air inside here carries moisture, heat, and something else. A scent. Metallic, earthy, ancient. It triggers something primal, fear. At the end of the passage, a doorway materializes. Not slides open, not unlocks. It just wasn't there before, and now it is. They pass through. Behind them, the entrance vanishes. The chamber opens without warning. No door. No threshold. One moment there's only a dead end, and the next, a vast, spherical room lined with floating orbs. Each orb is roughly the size of a human torso, suspended in midair with no visible support. They pulse faintly, violet, azure, crimson, and within each one dances a projection. Planets forming from dust clouds. Binary stars colliding in impossible slow motion. Creatures with crystalline limbs building temples beneath methane oceans. It is a museum of memories, not images, but echoes. Voss walks between them in awe. This isn't just storage. It's experience. A cultural repository. Time encoded as memory. One orb near Quinn begins to shift. The image within flickers and reveals Earth. Not a satellite image, but a personal one, her childhood neighborhood, intact and sunlit. Her parents' faces. Her dog, Rex, long dead. She gasps and steps back. These aren't just visuals, Asher murmurs. They're connected to us. Then one orb shatters. No sound, just a pulse of light, and from within, a form appears. It has no body, only presence. A distortion in the air, like heat on asphalt, yet it speaks. We archived everything. And now you're archived too. Its voice is all of them at once. Every crew member hears it in their own voice, their own memories. It speaks not in language, but in emotion. Quinn raises her rifle. We're not your data. The being seems amused. You already were. Long before you arrived. One by one, the orbs begin to disintegrate. With each burst, the room dims. Reality distorts, walls blur. Quinn yells for extraction. No response. Their voices bounce wildly off the walls, but none of them match what was said. Memory is unraveling. Time has slipped. Quinn's watch reads 47 hours since entry. The mission clock says 8.4. The discrepancy is impossible. The crew is exhausted, but they haven't rested. Their food packs are half consumed. Suit vitals show elevated heart rates, mild hypoxia, fluctuating cortisol. I don't remember eating, Asher says. Her voice shakes. Voss's recorder is full 20 hours of audio. But he has no memory of speaking. In one file, he whispers phrases in the alien tongue fluently, though he never learned it. Another entry features him singing a lullaby from Quinn's childhood. I didn't know you had a brother, he says to Quinn. I don't, she replies. Engineer Calyx, once the most grounded of them, now speaks only in riddles. He's fashioned a device from base materials, glass-like tendrils, and bone-colored filament. He calls it the Echo Tuner. It showed me how, he says, eyes unfocused. They discover rooms they don't remember passing. Symbols etched into the walls have changed subtly. Now they resemble human alphabets. Distorted, incomplete. The base learns. Then Calyx vanishes. His signal vanishes mid-sentence. Only his helmet remains. Inside it, a viscous black fluid swirls slowly, defying gravity. Quinn orders a lockdown, but the corridors themselves reconfigure. What was once a path becomes a wall. What was once a door is now flesh. The whispers begin that night, at first indistinct, then specific. You are here because you were always meant to be. You carry our resonance. You are becoming. The remaining crew stumbles into the next level, a vast, cathedral-like chamber that pulses with rhythmic vibrations. Columns stretch impossibly high into a ceiling cloaked in darkness. At the center hovers the heart engine, a monolithic structure suspended in midair, rotating slowly on an axis that should not exist. The engine emits no light, and yet the room glows. It has no moving parts, yet pulses with life. Tubes and veins made of semi-organic metal branch out from it and disappear into the walls like arteries. Voss approaches first. His voice trembles as he speaks. This is not machinery. It's a brain. A soul. A reactor of consciousness. You mean it's alive? Quinn asks. I mean it thinks. The engine responds. Not in words, but in feeling. The room compresses around them. Their memories flash in rapid succession, birthday candles, drowning dreams, first love, gunfire, an open field at dusk. They are inside the thought process of something vast. Not malevolent. Not benevolent. Indifferent. Ashra collapses, clutching her chest. Her suit is intact, but she screams of drowning. Voss sees flame where there is none. He shouts at invisible fire, tears running down his face. It's processing us, Quinn mutters. Translating. indexing what we are. A new structure begins to rise from the floor, a replica of the Odysseus 9, perfect in every detail, even down to the micro-scratches on the outer hull. It's making a version of us, Voss whispers. But for what? Then, something stirs in the engine. A tear opens mid-air, blacker than space itself. Within it, a mirrored copy of Quinn steps forward. Her expression is blank, hollow. Her eyes shine silver. Your time is not yours anymore, it says in her voice. The real Quinn fires her weapon. The bullet slows midair and dissolves. The mirrored crew begins to form. Imperfect copies, twisted smiles, eyes like voids. This is their reproduction, Quinn says. They don't breed, they copy. With the appearance of the doppelgangers, the base awakens fully. The walls groan, breathe, as if an enormous lung has stirred beneath the crust. The hallway behind them seals itself with smooth, liquid metal. Run! Quinn screams. The crew bolts, dodging between collapsing corridors and flickering gravity. The air turns heavy. Artificial gravity fluctuates, one moment they float, the next they're slammed to the floor. A clone of Voss grabs him mid-run. Its skin peels back like paper soaked in acid. Voss screams as it disintegrates in his arms, whispering, "Let go of yourself." The base shifts again. A spiral opens in the floor. A lift made of bone-like struts rises upward, seemingly grown rather than built. Quinn makes a decision, ascend. As they rise, windows in the walls reveal the true size of the structure, miles and miles of tunnels, towers, and chambers embedded within the moon itself. They are inside something more vast than any human has known. Ashra weeps openly. We're inside a being, a hive, a ship, all at once. Above them looms the core, a rotating sphere of starlight and dark matter, holding within it swirling constellations that resemble human DNA. Voss is silent. He presses his hand to the lift's wall. It's showing us the end of our line, not in violence, but in transformation. We're the seed, not the threat, Quinn realizes. They're not killing us. They're updating us. Then the copies stop chasing. They kneel. The walls open to reveal a corridor leading to a field of glowing pillars. An invitation. Final choice, Quinn whispers. Do we run or evolve? The pillars glow with radiant intelligence. They stretch into infinity, each one humming at a different frequency. The field is silent but resonant, like the feeling just before a storm. At the center is a singular being. It hovers above the pillars. Not humanoid, not even biological. It is information formed into light, into shape. It speaks not aloud, but into their very neurons. You came seeking truth. The truth is change. Voss walks forward first. His body begins to deconstruct, not painfully, but as if lifted from physical bonds. Light peels off him like smoke. He smiles as his eyes go dark. He's not dead, Ashra says. He's uploaded. Quinn feels the pull too. Images flash in her mind. Earth collapsing in data loops, human history rewritten in fractals, her own face duplicated 1,000 times across stars. The entity offers them a path, not a threat, not an order. Just a choice, stay and forget. Leave and be haunted. Ashra declines. She fires her sidearm into the light. The bullet vanishes. So does she. Only Quinn remains. I won't be yours, she says. The being responds, you never were. But part of you always will be. Quinn is returned to her shuttle. Alone. Days later, a rescue ship finds her drifting in orbit. Her logs are empty. Her DNA altered. She doesn't speak for 11 days. When she finally does, she says, we thought it was a base. It was a mirror. And what we saw was not the aliens. It was us becoming them.